Yeah, my favorite one is whenever someone calls me 3 times in a row, so I finally answer, it's like, hello, and they're like, hey, I just need to remind you that.
Hi again.
Send me a text or an email.
That's the way.
And then
Do not talk to me.
Email.
Do not talk to me. I
Right.
will not remember. I love you, but I
We're having technical difficulties. And then today's episode should be pretty interesting. There are props on the table. If you're watching the video, which should be up eventually,
Yeah,
soon.
we're getting back on track with that.
That's okay. Lucas has got a lot going on. But there's, if you're watching the video, there's a bottle of yellow liquid and cups on the table. And then, of course, I have props for my topic, too. So this should be fun. And then Peter Cottonmuscles is here. David is never allowed to take that home because that's just like, that's Peter Cottonmuscles.
I'm sure he has more than one.
Yeah. Or Plundor, I guess, as he's actually called.
No, Peter Cotton.
He's Peter Cottonmuscles. So.
Are we good?
Just 1 second here.
Technical difficulties. We'll just make that our ad.
That'd be good.
Do you want to do a check?
Waiting for the card to load now.
Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
So Brandon, I feel like you should go first.
It doesn't matter to me. Mine is actually fairly brief today.
As soon as you get this card loaded, I think you should go first.
Okay.
Because if anything is going to go wrong, it's going to be this little device here.
Well,
So,
let's let me go first.
yes, we'll go ahead and put your
Plus,
gold down.
kombucha is really best when it's cold. Or at least I prefer it cold.
Never had it, so.
Have you ever split your SCOBY with any success?
Oh yeah, you mean?
Yeah, well, to where it create another culture.
Oh my God, I have a SCOBY hotel right now. Would you like one?
I would love one.
Dude,
SCOBY
Yeah,
hotel?
we had a SCOBY and we tried to split it and killed both sides.
Oh.
And it's like, and you know, and we just haven't
I got you, fam.
found another one. It's awesome.
Yeah, no doubt.
You're gonna make Cat's day.
We'll talk all about it.
Cool. Is it loading?
It's still doing its loading thing. This device, I do not know really what the hell it does. But it loads, and it loads forever. I guess it's just slow processor, lots of space on the card.
Is there any chance that this will be ready by the end of the day or sometime on Thursday so that I could schedule it for Friday morning?
Yes.
Since I won't be at the library?
I'm making an effort to get that
Okay.
kind of a process
All right.
and to flow.
I know it makes it, the turnaround incredibly ridiculously
Well,
fast,
and on
but
top of that, I've just had a bunch of, like, I've been at the hospital a lot
Right,
the last couple
right.
of weeks, so it just, sometimes it's like, like this morning, for instance, I became aware that it was a podcast day whenever you started sending text messages about your pops. So I was like, I'm covered in flour, I'm making biscuits, I have to go. I went and woke up, my wife was like, hey, I'm sorry you don't get to sleep in, I have to go to work now. Which is fine, it's a non-issue, as it should be. But it's been such a frantic couple of weeks. I'm like, so yesterday, so I called my doctor because I haven't
seems to have been going around.
Yeah, so I had a contest about 3 weeks ago, and
Okay.
I've heard nothing back. So I've been calling my doctor for like a week now,
Dude.
and getting disconnected or left in voicemail. And so I finally get a hold of someone. I'm like, hey, I'm just calling about my test results, and they were like, okay, let's take a look here. All right, well, everything looks fine. You're good to go. I was like, okay. What about the urinalysis? Can you? Oh wait, hang on. Oh. Now okay, you are not well.
Oh.
Oh.
And it's a bacterial infection, and it'll be gone in a week. But the point is, they've known this for 10 days, and they've never made any effort to contact me to tell me that I have a bacterial STD. They just kind of left that.
Oh my God.
So that's Baptist Health for you. So now my doctor is also in Lexington, going to be increasing
No doubt.
time on that. It's
I had a similar post.
that's the only thing I'm recording, and I'll cut it all out.
Post vasectomy. I had a similar thing with. There's a specific thing you have to do to test to make sure that the vasectomy worked.
Yeah.
And you have to do it twice. Well, I did it 4 times, but there's the
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
The office.
Do you have any idea how much of a toll it takes to have 3 vasectomies? Or maybe have 4. Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap. Thank you so much for knowing. No, that's great. For a man to have 3 vasectomies? Anyway, Baptist South sucks.
Yeah, they're definitely on game with
They
that.
told me
Baptist
that-
anything sucks.
I had, thank you. That's good. Put it on a
Actually,
bumper
yeah,
sticker.
because I have, we got 2 kind of good, bad. We got 2 letters in the mail saying that this check that was to us, was never cashed, and so they were gonna be remitting it to the state if we didn't
Are we
fill out
on
this
now?
form. Huh?
Are we on now? Are we good?
No, not yet, we're
Okay.
still loading on this card,
And so,
No,
So I had that, so there were 2 of them totaling like over $300, almost $400. And I was like, well, okay, awesome, so we filled it out and sent it in,
Yeah.
but I was like, we never got these checks, never.
And know what?
Yeah,
That's weird.
apparently they were like refund over payments on something, I don't know.
I had a spider bite in October that was not life-threatening by any means, shape, or form, but it was serious. It was seeping. It was hot. I had a fever of 104.
Ooh.
And I went to St.
Oh,
Joe's.
the one that was on your arm. Yeah.
I went to St. Joe's in Berea to get the care. It was about 10 p.m. I couldn't sleep. I was in excruciating pain. I'm not complaining. I'm just detailing the fact that a couple things were at play. Do you know that when you go to the emergency room now, you're charged an emergency room fee, and also you're charged a fee by the doctor who sees you completely separately and independently of an emergency room fee. Maybe that's not so new. I guess I haven't been to the emergency room in, knock wood, a long time.
It's a way to get around some of the insurance
Well, it's
regulations.
some bullshit.
Yes, it is.
I had to fight for months. In fact, I only just recently won. This was in October. I had to fight for months just to legitimize the fact that I had to go to the emergency room at all. Number one, they didn't want to pay for this because it wasn't some code that the doctor put in. It wasn't like an quote-unquote emergency. It was an emergency. And then, then the doctor, and there's all these different things. And all of it, like I was going into collections while I was trying to buy a house, and I was like, stop this crazy thing! Like, no!
Yeah.
It was a serious thing. And anyway, I took care of it, but it sucked.
Yeah, no, but it is crazy, and it's.
In the middle of trying to buy a house, too. Please don't touch my credit.
I need all 2 of those numbers.
It's already terrible, please.
I need all 2 of those numbers.
Right, exactly.
I
I
can't
need
be
them
dropping to a
both.
single digit.
Thank you.
Oh, I was watching this fun, quirky little sci-fi show called Eureka.
I've heard of this.
It's fun. It's super
I've
fun.
heard of it, yeah.
And so they get to the episode, and so it's a town that's populated by just brilliant scientists and mathematicians and just incredible people who are at the top of their field. And they come and they work at Global Dynamics, and they live in Eureka. And so the one normal guy in town is the sheriff. And so he was talking with his daughter, Zoe, who was really stressed out because they were going to be taking an IQ test at school. And she was like, I'm a normie, which is what they call the normal people. And he was like, listen, I took it, I didn't study, I got 111. Boom, over 100, first try. She was like, yeah, that's great.
Good on you.
Good job. So then the rest of the episode was all like, hey, how about 111? He goes to the gym and he's like, how about you try the 111 first?
That's funny.
It was pretty funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell my ball if y'all care. Are we ready? Are we good?
I'm still waiting on this damn thing to load, and I am so sorry.
Dude, it's not your fault.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
God.
But
We're
the
having a
thing
morning.
The thing is, I did not delete these things whenever I copied them down to my computer.
I feel you. At this
11
juncture,
o'clock on Saturday night.
yeah, we're gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to be about 45 minutes if,
Okay.
if it starts working in the next 2. Unfortunately, I have kids coming into a book club at 11 in Fairstown, so yeah.
Well, we'll start with you, and then
Yeah.
you can say your advice halfway through, and then we just fine.
Yeah, if you have to scoot out, then you scoot out.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Sounds good.
We'll just hand your microphone over to Lucas.
I love this idea.
Turn it right off.
I had the fine. I had the fine idea. Dude, so many people have been over to my house and have leafed through. I have you keep your book on my coffee table.
Oh, yeah,
The gift you gave me. And so many people have leafed through it, and more than one person. If it was just one person, I would kind of been like, all right, well, that's kind of maybe their thought or their projection. But more than one person has looked at this book and been like, dude, why would you even Google? Like,
I know,
I would
right?
go to this book first.
That's what that book was to us, was an alternative to Google.
Yep.
And it's which is being able to Google stuff is great because any information that you seek is at your fingertips as long as you know how to ask.
But you gotta
it's
wade through
not
some shit
vetted.
too. It's
And
not
whenever you
vetted.
have
Yeah.
a book that is the
That's it.
Reader's Digest,
That's it.
fix everything in your home book,
That's it.
I imagine somebody who knew what they were doing was involved in the
Yep.
production of that book and not
Yeah.
just writing down stuff and printing it out. So, yeah, it feels like it can be trusted
All of
without
that.
Yes.
having to find multiple views that are the
Mhm.
same.
Google has become very self-defeating in that way, or just any internet search, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be amazing. Tom has used YouTube videos to learn how to fix certain things on our vehicles, and it's been wonderful. But again, he has to. But now he enjoys doing it, so it's fine. But he has to wade through all of the different videos that are out there to
Mhm.
make sure that he's getting the correct information.
Mm-hmm.
And but he doesn't mind doing that. He, in fact, his way to wind down at night is to watch car videos on YouTube.
Nice.
I'm like, well, you have fun with that.
Mine's Honest Trailers.
Mine is to read
Yes.
a
Like
book.
a normal person.
Well, because if I the whole no screens for an hour before bedtime, I have
Yeah,
found,
that's good.
since I have so much trouble sleeping
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
I have found that it actually really does help. And if I
Nice.
actually read a paper book with not an ebook even I've tried ebooks, and even that is
Yeah.
just too much.
Yeah.
But if I actually have a book in hand and I'm actually reading it, and it helps, and I
Right.
can usually fall asleep in about 30 minutes to an hour
Mm.
of starting it.
We have discovered that with Sati when things were really super duper duper hard
Mhm.
and super duper duper stressful. It's just to get a little reprieve. We put her in front of a screen. I think we've even talked about that on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's
I mean, just to
parents'
be-
lifesaver.
It was like a bailout, honestly. However, it was a bit of a double-edged sword because the screen would keep her awake. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So the things have leveled out quite a bit now.
good.
We're grateful for that.
Okay, we've got Brandon's audio back online. So,
All right,
we
ready?
can start whenever, yes.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good day. Hello. We are the Nerd Factor podcast.
From the Madison County Public Library in Richmond and Berea, Kentucky.
This
There
is
you go.
Susie.
I'm Brandon.
I'm April.
What's up?
We are here. We have props on the table. This should be exciting. And
Yeah.
I have props. I have surprise props in my bag.
I just got mad props.
Just
All
mad
the
props.
Cece's
Mad
got props down.
And Peter
there.
Cotton
Where?
Muscles. Peter Cotton Muscles. I don't even know where that is. That feels like something that should be like on a late night show. Peter Cotton Muscles is now in the middle of the table.
He's becoming somewhat of a mascot for season 2.
Kind of, yeah.
In my opinion, of our podcast. He's muscly, he's purple, he's doesn't really look very happy. I don't know if you guys
No.
I don't know, his face is, I'm kind of studying his face.
he's looking a little I don't know, man, like
Deranged?
evil. Deranged.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I
deranged
was
is the
thinking
word.
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Oh,
Well, I would be too if
Like-
I was that swole.
It's true. Can't put your arms down. I can't put my arms down, but it's for a completely different reason.
He's
Speaking
wearing,
of, since I was training for that race for months and months,
Uh-huh.
I didn't lift weights for like 2 months, which is something that I typically do. So
Mhm.
Monday, I was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna get back in the gym. I don't have anything to train for a little while. I can't walk.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean, I am
I
not
bet
kidding you.
not, though.
Like my quads are like,
Yeah.
my dog who weighs less than 10 pounds can't like put his paw on them.
oh,
Oh
They
my
hurt so bad.
gosh.
jeez.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
Well, I mean, I get it because I bought weights to do at home, to lift at home and try and get myself back into going to the gym and all of these things. I get busy and then everything goes away. So I'm trying to work my way into it. I might just need to get a gym membership and just do it.
I have a good friend who
But I get that.
I saw for
Yeah.
dinner the other night, and I've known her for a few years, and I've known her as a runner, you know, so she's like
Mhm.
an avid, she's done 7 marathons, full-on
Jeez.
marathons.
Wow.
7. And in a short period of time, I want to say we're in the period of maybe 3 or 4 years, and so you know, we're friends on social media, and she's always posting, or until fairly recently has been posting in all of her successes, and she's just like this champion, kind of an athlete person. And we saw each other for dinner, and I was like, "When's your next race?" And she was like, "I am retired.
Yeah.
Never again. I am done."
I get
And
that.
she was so emphatic. Like I believed every word
Yeah.
she said. She was like, 7 marathons. I am now eating cake for the rest of my life. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I was like, I don't know anybody else who's earned it as much
I
as you
don't know
have.
though. Somebody who's had the dedication to run 7 full
Yeah,
marathons, that's like, okay, my friend Braden will frequently say, I'm taking a break from doing theater.
Mm.
it lasts a week.
The break. Yeah, right.
Or or something like. Sometimes it's actually here recently. It's actually lasted a little bit longer, but he's also getting ready for his last semester of college and stuff. But yeah, so like I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break. Well, then some show comes up, and it's like I really want to do that
I
one.
want to do it. It's
Suddenly,
so cool.
you're
Yeah,
at auditions.
Yeah.
I'm actually planning a break for myself this summer, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Lasts about 4 days.
I mean, I take like breaks for a couple weeks,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I need to do something.
For sure.
Yeah.
But my friends are the ones, like, they'll just sign people up for stuff.
It's
You're
like, oh, you're doing this.
Well, okay.
Okay, cool,
Yep.
thanks.
Right on.
Sounds great.
Yep. I'll end up feeling like a sloth myself. April, we were talking a second ago before we started recording about what's happening for our season finale. Do you want to talk more about that?
Yes. Okay, so on May 7th, from 7 to 8:30 p.m., we are having a live recording for our season finale. Our season finale will not actually air for a whole nother month until like June 8th. But May 7th, we are recording with special musical guest, the Jeff Ritchie Experience out of Berea. And so you can come and be a part of the shenanigans and the fun and watch us record and everything.
Make jokes and stuff.
Yes. I talked with Jeff, and I asked him if he was familiar with the podcast, and he goes, yeah. And I'm coming to expect some shenanigans from Brandon.
Oh, good. Yeah, I bet he is.
Oh, Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Local
Brandon.
yokel.
Yes.
Jeff and I, we yokel at each other on Facebook every now and then.
Oh, that's funny.
So, yeah, we'll
That's
have a good
great.
time, yeah.
But yeah, he and the band will be there. There's 4 of them. There are 4 of them, and they're from Berea. They're actually quite popular.
Mhm.
They're quite popular, and we're very excited to have them. We will be at Union Church in Cowan Chapel, and you can come live. Yes, please come live.
Please
I mean,
come
if you
live.
don't,
We would appreciate it if you didn't come to see
Weekend at
us. It would put
Bernie's
a real
thing, it's fine
damper on
too.
the fun that I plan to have. So
yeah,
yes,
come and join us. It's free. Should be fun.
yeah.
So, all right, moving on.
Let's fill that chapel with joy and jollity.
I think it can seat up to 100 people.
Well, I hope
If we get 100 people in
102.
there,
Well,
I
yeah.
will.
Yeah.
If we should do a challenge. It's like if we get 100 people in there, we will do something.
I will eat an entire wicker swing set.
That is. I will not. But I
all the
will
things.
film and cheer you on and laugh so hard.
You guys, I said publicly on Facebook in early December of last year that if I liked Star Wars: The Last Jedi, I'm sorry to bring up Star Wars again. If I liked it, that I said, and I opened up the thread for people to like tell me what I should eat, right? And a lot of people were like, you should eat the entire planet, Venus. Or, there's people said like obviously stupid things. One guy said, would you eat a ghost chili, seeds and all?
Oh.
And I was like, bring it on, because I'm going to hate the movie. It's going to be terrible. Well, I didn't take Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and I saw this guy at a Christmas party, and in a little baby food jar, like a little, glass, he had like this one little dingling, one little ghost chili that he himself had grown. And I ate the whole thing, seeds and all. I ate the
Oh
stem.
my gosh.
I'm not one of those people who measures his self-worth by the number of Scoville units he can ingest, right? I'm not like one of these men, I had the Guatemalan Insano peppers of Sacraquatamongo, and I went clinically mad for 3 days, and they found me naked in the desert. You know what I mean? It wasn't... I'm not one of those
Deal
people.
with that right now.
Okay, keep going.
I'm not... I stole some of that from The Simpsons, just so you guys know. But
Okay.
Let's be real, The Simpsons did everything, so... Anyway. Yeah, I ate a ghost chili, and it wasn't that bad, but it was still pretty terrible. It
Yeah.
was terrible.
I was gonna say eat a Carolina Reaper, which are the hottest. Actually, no. There's a new pepper that's even hotter. I don't remember what it's called, but it was the hottest one in the world.
A Carolina
Even
Reaper sounds
hotter.
like it would cut your tongue off with like a saw blade.
It's
Like,
pretty bad. Okay, so a friend of mine, so my best friend Katie Beth, she and her husband, they grew a whole bunch of different peppers, and one of the ones that they grew were Carolina Reapers,
Whoosh.
and they even look scary. They
Right.
they've got like
They grow
they look
as like
evil.
little organic skulls and crossbones.
It's kind of what it looks
They
like,
look
yeah.
like Peter Cotton Muscle's face.
Actually, kind of, yeah.
Carolina Reaper face.
And so when they were ready, we actually took some to El Mayor in Richmond, and they cooked them up for us, and we all ate them.
Wow. No.
Oh,
No.
let me just say,
No.
when you watch your friend who grew up in Texas and likes spicy food turn gray
Yeah.
after eating it,
Dude.
and have to go home you start questioning your life decisions.
Yeah.
That's not.
I'm
I ate it
thinking you would
anyway.
burn a, like actual hole in your body somewhere.
I mean, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
like,
it was very, very hot actually in the mouth, but the
Yeah.
real burn came up from your stomach.
That's not, I can't.
It was-
Literally can't.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was kind of insane, but I did it, and I'm never doing it
I
again.
had that in the mouth burn with the
Y'all
ghost chili
killing
for
me.
sure, for sure. I felt it in my neck and shoulders.
anyway.
It was
Yeah.
it was the strangest sensation.
All right. Well, to cool off, I guess maybe we should try this thing that
segue.
you've got.
Yeah,
There are all
guys.
these mugs on your.
There's mug.
Space
I'm
here.
nervous.
Y'all, I brought you Bootch. This is homemade.
Bootch?
I'm
Bootch.
100% not gonna drink this.
Lucas just lost it for a second there.
Just put that out there.
This is homemade kombucha from.
Just now put together, there's 4 mugs and 4 of us.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the bottle,
Yeah,
so.
that's true. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, very briefly. So we talked about kombucha last week on the show.
Yes.
And
This is not what I expected it to look like.
so it's different. It looks different with each different batch. This batch is largely a green tea, so that's why it's got a yellowy green color about it. If you brewed it with an herbal tea that was, had some purples or some flowers in it, it would be that color. If you do an infusion or a tincture, which many people do, which I love fruit infused kombucha, it would be, you put grape juice in this thing and let it ferment for another week in your refrigerator, and it is delicious. This is, yeah, right, nice. Old
Drink this and get swollen.
PCN.
Hashtag get swole.
Hashtag Peter Cotton.
Muscles.
Bootcha.
Muscles.
God, Richard, whoa.
No.
Anyway.
Yeah, so,
Jokes on jokes.
yeah, all right, on jokes. So the cool thing I like about kombucha is you can brew your favorite tea, whatever tea you like. And as I mentioned last week, I really love different kinds of teas.
He is so swole he will not sit down.
That's
Like that's sitting.
It's like perpetual crunch.
he's into his craft, you guys. He's a method lifter.
Can't even bend his knees, dude.
Okay, so
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's great. So once again, this was brewed with a day. I steeped the tea for a day in a beautiful big pot. It's Climax spring water that I went and got right from the spring, and I add some really good organic raw sugar
okay.
to the batch and get it nice and sweet. And then I put it in there with my mama, who's been treated with lots of love. I've had her for almost
Hopefully all your
2
life.
years.
You said my mama.
My mama. My mom, the SCOBY mama, the societal colony of bacterial yeast. Man, he is killing it down there. Hold on.
Cece just made it look like he's actually doing crunches.
I have to put when I do crunches, I have to put my feet up on something. So
Oh, I
in
have
front
to.
of there.
No.
Now he's serious
I'm not. He's not just
about it.
We
All right.
We just skipped to a different scenario there.
I see. When I do crunches, I have to put my feet under something so that they keep them from coming up and help me get that leverage.
That would
It's
be
cheating, but
helpful.
you know what?
Okay.
Whatever.
Well,
I'm still doing crunches.
yeah, no doubt.
So okay, so you put this in there with your
Yeah,
mama.
with SCOBY mama, and we just let
SCOBY.
it steep and ferment for about a week and a half. And this batch is a little tart. I'm sad to say, I wish it was a little sweeter. I think
Okay.
it's still very palatable. I'll let you guys be the judge. I'd love to hear what you have to say after you sip it. I'm just preparing you. Not all kombucha is quite this tart. And when I poured it, I don't know if you guys saw it put on social media, like on my personal page, it had some killer fizz. And just a little bit ago when I opened it, I brought it into the library and everybody wanted to taste. When I opened it, it made such a loud pop that it echoed through the library.
Wow.
So I'm proud about the fermentation and the fizz. So maybe let's see if we can get another little.
Do you know the guy that does the Berea Ferments Club here?
Rhett? Is it Rhett? It's Rhett, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I think it is Rhett.
Yeah, Rhett Kinney.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that we're BFFFs, but
Yeah.
he's my buddy.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, all right, y'all. I already have some in my cup. So I'm going to
Can
share.
I have the little blue one? Because that's
Yeah.
just cute.
What's happening right now to all of our listeners who are not accompanying this with a video is I'm pouring some kombucha from my lovely swing top bottle for everybody.
Oh lordy.
And we're going to.
I don't know why, but like, if you were pouring me anything right now, I'd be like, ugh.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't want to do this.
Well, it's the morning though.
I mean, it could be like a glass of water.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, I'm good.
I got good
It
news,
smells
bad news,
kind of
my friend.
yeasty,
Ugh.
It is yeasty.
but also sour.
God, that's a terrible word. What was that?
I'm not sure.
Katniss says no. She's like,
Listen,
Katniss bust.
she was making a different face yesterday.
I'm telling
I
you,
swear.
dude. She's like Vigo, the painting from Ghostbusters 2.
She really is.
Oh yeah. All right.
I
So
have
should we
like
just?
chills. Like I'm having like a very
I mean, no
physical
pressure.
reaction.
I don't want to
this.
like. I don't want you to like Actually, I kind of do.
All right,
I want all
okay. So, oh,
Do I have water to like cleanse my
I have
water?
coffee.
I have coffee.
this. I have more
also.
kombucha. That'll help.
okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah!
Flinky.
For all you guys. To the nerd factor, to nerdiness.
Oh, here. There we
And
go.
fermented beverage.
Okay.
That tastes like straight up vinegar.
With lemon. It tastes like, whoa.
It's not awful.
It's, yeah.
Um,
I wouldn't call it great though
I'm
either.
chasing with coffee.
I feel like there's a lot of acid in my body now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know vinegar's not.
I feel like I should
It
like
is acidic. I
drink
thought it was
more
acidic.
and like
Am I
cure
wrong?
cure
Sure.
everything that I have.
Could be wrong. Is vinegar acidic?
I thought-
Yes. Wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's surely
Right.
not basic.
Right. It is acidic.
Yeah, it's acidic.
Hold on.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have another sweet. I'm pushing.
Like, what is this? I don't know.
So,
What's
okay.
the point of this?
What? Yeah. What are the
Right.
health benefits to this?
For sure.
I know
Once
you
again,
already said this last week.
Some listeners.
Yeah, but now that we have it in front of us, I'm actually paying more attention.
Some
and that's
listeners,
actually.
maybe
being
far more
consumed.
knowledgeable than me, might be able to share even more. Right? I'm not super well versed on the science behind
Yeah,
it.
it tastes like lemon vinegar.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what it tastes like.
It's good for your gut health. It's probiotic. So that's what the SCOBY is.
Now I
SCOBY
gotta get
mama.
you down
I mean, it's like having a good Greek yogurt.
Right.
So gut health
Mhm.
first, and gut health is connected to so many different
Sure.
things. Your
No kidding.
Your immune system and reproductive health, all kinds of different things. So that's why I drink it. And if I'm being honest, when as somebody who's like kind of just getting started on the path of becoming a little bit more physically fit, I don't know, can I say that? I'm like 2 years in.
Well, yeah.
I'm 2 years in to getting a little bit more fit and healthy. When I drink a half a cup of this and then do a little bit of exercise,
Mhm.
I feel like it really, personally, on my journey, it supports my exercise like crazy. Like I could run, I swear, another mile and feel great about
Really?
it. I absolutely, kombucha makes me feel like $1 million.
All right.
Now, not always, I'm not boasting about my kombucha. I can go down to Happy Meadow, which is
Mm-hmm.
the health food store in Berea, and I can get like a bottle of GT Dave's, you know what I mean? It has the same or maybe even a better effect. But anyway, so
So what is in this? In this
Yeah.
particular one?
in this batch is Climax spring water straight from the source,
Okay.
raw organic sugar,
Okay.
like sugar in the raw, jasmine green tea
Okay.
leaves. Well, no, the leaves aren't in here. Just I steeped it for a day
Mhm.
on my stovetop. Jasmine green tea leaves from a Coffee Times coffee shop in Lexington,
Okay.
and that's it.
So really, so there's no lemon in here?
There's no lemon in here.
Wow,
Tastes
because
like
it is
There
the
is.
lemon is super strong, and
Yeah.
I like tart lemon. I was having a conversation with friends over the weekend about lemon bars and things. If I'm going to eat something that's lemon, I want it to be sour,
Yeah.
or at the very least just kind of tart. I don't want something that's just lemon flavored and it's so sweet that you just can't even.
Right.
Did you smell this when you drank it?
I did.
I purposefully.
It doesn't
not
smell like
drink it.
it. Does not smell how it tastes.
And I just
Do you
like,
get the jasmine
smelled
when you
it.
smell it a little bit?
I get straight up vinegar. Like if I'm
Yeah.
opening like a bottle of white vinegar.
Okay,
that's what
right
it smells
on.
like to me.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
It
No,
smells.
no.
It smells like a yeast starter.
It's especially
For
well,
bread.
so here's the thing: if you let any kombucha, I think again, my fermenty friends who are way more knowledgeable than me can correct me on this, but I think if you ferment any liquid for long enough,
Uh-huh.
it becomes vinegar. I think that's true.
I-
I know that's true for kombucha.
Well, I know it's true for wine.
As I said,
right,
yeah.
right, for sure.
If you let it sit long enough and in the wrong condition, or
For
even in
sure.
the wrong conditions,
For sure,
it
for
will
sure.
turn.
I've left kombucha
Vinegar.
go for a little bit too, like when I was first getting started. If I went another week with this batch, it literally would be, you could clean with it, right? It would be vinegar.
Can you clean with this?
I would-
I was like,
Maybe. So yeah, next batch's gonna be a little bit sweeter. I didn't put enough sugar in this batch, but anyway, y'all, that's my kombucha love, and it makes me feel great, and I recommend it to everybody. Give it a try.
it's not terrible. It's interesting.
You know-
it's
It's an
definitely
acquired
new.
taste.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
acquired taste. Yeah, I don't know if y'all just saw, or maybe on the video, I just shot it back real fast. For me, it's got I also like wheatgrass.
I was just gonna say like a wheatgrass.
Yeah,
shot.
I don't grow
Yeah.
my own, but I mean, wheatgrass tastes like straight up like you went out to your lawn and buried your face in the grass and took a big bite of it. Right,
Yum,
right,
yum,
yes.
yum, yum. So like
But-
Cece tried to survive the apocalypse.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Like you're grazing in your front
Right.
lawn. But after I take a shot of wheatgrass, I feel like $1 million for like pretty much the rest of the day, and You know, so it's got that kind of a benefit too. I don't love how it tastes all the time. But man, the world of kombucha and people who brew with far more skill than me, if you go to a health food store, you could, like GT Dave's has like, I mean literally like 100 different varieties and like strawberry, they put chia. I've never put chia in a kombucha batch before. I would love to put chia sometime. Yeah, they do all kinds of great
weird
stuff.
too.
Yeah, yeah. It's like all slimy.
I read this book and it was like, you know, you should put chia in every bottle of water that you drink. So I did that and I was like, ugh. It's just like, I don't know, like textured paste in my water bottle.
That would be very pasty.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know.
This is.
I want to be healthy, but I also like want to live my life.
Yeah,
You know?
I can't.
Vinegar free.
I can't decide if I like it or not.
vinegar. I mean, I like vinegar as part of salad dressings, and
Yeah.
No doubt, right,
you know,
for sure.
if I need to add some sort of acid, I guess.
We
to
have
stuff,
this
but-
black truffle oil balsamic vinegar that we got.
Okay.
See, that's one of my fancy ingredients. I got it when I got my saffron.
Okay. Ah, I bet you did. Dude,
Same day.
you spent a whole paycheck that day, dude.
I think the vinegar was like $13.
You better take out a second mortgage on
And
your
then-
house for that white truffle and saffron.
Black truffle.
Oh, black, excuse
But
me.
my husband loves to put it on onions. Like he'll fry up some onions in the skillet and
Sounds
then pour
yummy.
some of the black truffle balsamic vinegar over top of it.
Sounds delicious.
It still smells like feet,
Oh.
but it tastes amazing. And this
Okay.
is kind of along those lines where it's like it smells like it's one thing and tastes completely different.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is I can't, I still haven't decided if I like it or not. It's just interesting.
I have a similar experience. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just super interesting.
It's an
I'm
acquired
gonna set it
taste.
to the side and I'm gonna finish it, but
I'm
it's
gonna have
interesting.
more for me. All right.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my topic.
Go, go, go.
All right, I have props today, and so what my topic specifically is games. And
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So today I have brought Speak Out.
You brought it. Are we gonna play it?
We are gonna play it.
Oh,
We're not gonna
boy.
like play it.
Oh my god! Okay.
But we are going to we're gonna go around and each of us are gonna take a turn trying to get people to guess what it is that we're saying. So Brandon,
Super
you get
excited.
to actually test out your musical training
Oh, I don't really know.
and
about that.
see how well your diction is,
Oh.
because you have to have these things in your mouth
Oh.
while you're trying to say things like quietly tiptoe through the woods.
What? Okay, so yeah, tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about the rules here.
Okay, there really aren't any, and
Oh.
you've got these cards that are weird, with these weird little phrases, and then you've got these
That
dental
looks
mouth
really
guard
big
things.
for my mouth.
They squeeze in. They're not that bad.
Okay.
And then so you take turns trying to figure out, and so the way that we've been doing it is that so you've got 60 seconds and you try and guess as many as you can, and so whoever gets those gets the cards,
Oh.
and so then whoever has the most at the end wins.
Have you soundly sterilized the mouthpieces?
I am doing that right now in
We could-
front of you.
we could-
This is for drool, by the way. That's paper towels. Because that will happen. The drool is
This
real.
should definitely be the drool episode, the one with the drool.
The one with the drool. It might be the one with the Kombucha.
Bootch.
It might be the one with the Bootch. So,
We could sterilize it in the kombucha. Just kidding.
you can do yours in that.
Okay.
So I have rubbing alcohol here, and I'm going to sterilize them in front of you. The rule at our house is that you're supposed to wash them
Sure.
before you put them away.
No doubt.
But I don't know if that happened the last time
No.
because the kids might have played it since then because they both have had friends over.
I'm excited.
So I'm going to put this
Yeah.
down while I do this. But in the meantime, while I'm disinfecting these in front of you guys, what's your favorite game? What game did you play as a kid?
Oh man, we played Aggravation when I was a kid. You guys know Aggravation?
No.
Maybe it's a lesser known. I think it's a Milton Bradley standard, but it's not one of the most popular ones. It's a game played on a flat board with marbles, and it's a little bit like Sorry in that you can kind of like bump your other player, your competitor. It adds a little bit of a competitive vibe, and we used to call it Aggie. I'd be like, "Mom, you want to play Aggie with me?" And then we would get mad at each other and scream and slam doors, and that would be the end.
You would let the air dry because there's rubbing alcohol all over it.
Oh well, boy.
It would
I tell you.
taste nasty. You might have to
Yeah.
chase it with some kombucha.
I will absolutely do that. I would chase my life with kombucha. All right. Yeah. I also liked. I liked the game of life. I thought life was always fun. In Connect 4, when I was a little
Here,
younger.
Lucas, you can take my microphone while I do this, and you can answer.
Favorite game? Go.
Favorite favorite game growing up?
Because it's
I guess realistically it was Risk.
Yeah, you would like Risk.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it was Risk. But thinking back, that game was very frustrating. It ended more friendships than it harmed.
Right, I know, right?
So perhaps
No
I'm
doubt.
missing the mark here. I mean, but I guess growing up, we played a lot of Sorry. That was one of the games. We didn't have a lot of board games, but with the games that we did play, we tended to play at our local library. We lived in Haywood County in North Carolina, which is just west of that. But they had a really nice selection of board games, and we would sit down and we'd play Sorry or Life.
What are you doing?
Well, I don't know how to put it in my mouth. I'm sorry, Lucas.
Oh my.
That's fine.
I really don't understand.
Well, you'll get it sooner or later. You're still young.
Alright, I'm out.
Okay, so yeah, Brandon is trying to figure out how on earth to put the mouth guard in. It goes upright like this, and then the wider side goes inside of your mouth, inside of your cheeks,
Oh.
like this. Yes, just like that.
Oh. I thought it was, okay.
Yeah, and you don't all have to have it in at the same time.
I think we should, though.
Because they're trying to guess what someone else is
Alright,
saying.
I'm gonna guess.
Okay, I'm gonna take mine out right now. Brandon, I want you to go first.
I don't know how we do that.
You look crazy.
Alright, so here's a stack of cards. You can do the red side or blue side, I don't care which one. I'm gonna set the timer for 1 minute, and we're gonna see how many of these we can guess. Hang on a second. Timer. It's right there.
Is one side harder than the other? Like, is it
I think the blue side is harder, but they're both pretty challenging.
I'm gonna go a little bit.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Wolves howl at the wind.
Wolves howl at the wind.
We're festooned up the wazoo.
What?
We're festooned up the wazoo.
We're festooned up the wazoo?
Yes, correct.
What is festooned?
I
don't know.
thought it was a swear word until this game. Wild horse make the best pets.
Wild boars make the best pets.
Yeah,
Not what I thought.
no.
I didn't think horse was the word.
Wobble doodle total magic.
What? Can you read that?
Yes, how I repeat that, hey, Hill. Wobble doodle total magic.
Something doodle total magic.
No, the last word is Tom Cruise's character from Top Gun. Wobble
Maverick.
doodle total.
Alright, that's it. That's time.
Okay, yeah.
Something maverick.
Wobble doodle.
Wow. Wow.
What's so hard?
Wobble
doodle.
Doodle total maverick.
You guys got Hlar because you guys got Hlar.
So we got 4 out of
You got
that.
Hlar though.
Cece, you want to give it a try?
I think you should right now.
That I should? Okay. Alright, I will do it right now.
I'm excited about it.
Ah. It's kind of hard to get. See, I told you it's not a doodle.
It kind of stretches your upper lip a little bit there.
Yeah. It's a bit rough. Okay, it's my turn. There you go. Diddly squat pineapple window.
Diddly squat.
Pineapple window.
Yep.
Wow.
Come get some.
Osses love free donuts.
Oxes love free donuts.
Losses.
Losses? Bosses.
Yes.
Bosses?
Love free donuts.
Uh-huh. High and dry with a whisper and a wink.
Whoa, one more time.
High and dry.
High and dry with a whisper and a wink.
With a whistle and a wink.
Whisper.
Whistle.
Whisper.
Your face hurts.
High and dry with a whisper and a wink.
You look like Curse of the Mummy.
High and dry with a whisper and a wink.
I can't. High and dry with a whistle and a wink. High.
Close, but not quite. Flying.
Flying high.
High.
Flying dry.
High.
Flying
High.
by.
Yes. Flying high with a whisper
With
and a wink.
with
Tire.
with a whisker.
No. Whisper. whisper.
All right, how's this thing go in?
Yeah. So
I know.
the wider side goes inside of your cheek, and then the other one goes in the front, and it goes inside of your teeth. They should not have anything to do with it.
That's what I was doing. I was trying to put it all the way in, like I was a
So,
boxer.
wait, so show me.
You're not
Okay.
a boxer.
So inside of your cheek, like this, like that, and then the other side.
Yeah.
Ah,
There you go.
jeez. All right.
Yep. Just grab a stack.
You're so attractive. That's what you really look lovely.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Grass grows faster when watched.
Grass grows faster when watched.
Good job.
It's all those W's and those B's.
The
These
B's
people
are the
know.
worst.
Yeah.
Baseball fans are nice people.
Baseball fans are nice people.
Wow, you're good, April. You're so good at this.
I can't do that one.
No.
I'm drooling. Hold on.
See, that's what paper towels are for.
Oh man. All right.
The one where CC drools.
Here you go.
Willow trees waving in the wind.
Willow trees waving in the wind. See, W's are okay.
Yeah, but those bees are killers, man.
Yeah.
High velocity super penguins.
High velocity super
secrets?
penguins?
Penguin super.
Yeah.
Super.
High velocity super penguins. Okay.
Proud pet parent.
Proud pet parent.
God, pet parent.
Puffins have
Puffins.
white faces.
Puffins have white faces.
Yeah. Pineapples pastel pants.
Pineapples, pastel pants.
Yeah.
And that's it. So, wow, you did really well.
Holy what?
Oh man.
Wow, how many did you get?
You just got festooned.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hold that card up, Brandon. There we go.
Festooned.
There we go. All right, Lucas.
Oh,
You
yeah,
got one
dude.
too? Yeah, you should try it. You should do it too. Here's a stack for you. Oh, no. That's not my timer. That's my timer. Where'd it go?
Never.
Yeah, you're gonna need that.
Already.
Already drooling.
Chest guy.
We all look like we've been to the dentist.
Ready?
Alright, yeah,
Okay,
let's go.
listening intently.
Okay, I'm gonna hand you the microphone.
I'm still drooling.
I'll just yell my answers.
Violet's valet all gone.
Violet's valet are all gone?
Close enough.
Lucas, you look like I can't.
I can't look at you guys. I can't.
What is it?
Music pleases me.
Yelling. Sweet.
Lucas needs
Why
to
not?
hear that shit sweet.
Yep.
Never behave.
What is it?
Wildflowers.
Never decay.
Don't do that. That's horrifying.
Baboon?
Baboons!
Yes.
Wild baboon?
Was that
Behave.
Was that your baboon dance? Oh my god.
Wild baboons never behave.
They don't.
Behave.
Nanas and papas love knickknacks.
You gotta repeat that one.
Nanas and papas love knickknacks.
Nanas
Nanas
and papas love knickknacks.
I can't.
Oh my god. Okay, your time's up. That was
Okay, go.
No, we can keep going.
Oh,
Birds
no.
of a feather freak out forever.
Birds of a feather freak out together.
What?
Forever.
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 I can't even.
Where is my makeup bag?
Where is my makeup bag?
Pirates live on the prairie.
Violence.
Pirates
Pirates.
You know, like when someone like photoshops a mouth into like a still.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Dude, like
a orange
Arnold
photo.
Schwarzenegger on Conan O'Brien. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, you know what this game would be good with? A viewing of my smash hit holiday classic, Jingle Away. I'm a big fan.
I really thought you said jiggle all the way.
Jingle all the way.
Lord. Oh my gosh.
Look
you
at
all.
So this
you
is-
win, dude.
Yeah, so this is so
Oh,
this is one of the games that we have at our house that we enjoy playing.
Ooh.
So my favorite game when I was growing up was called the Amazing Labyrinth, and it's one of these games where you divide out the cards, and there's all of these different items that are on the board,
Mm.
and so as you flip over a card to see what item you're going towards,
Oh, man.
you the board moves around because you also have a piece for the board where you have to slide it into one of the specific places around to move it. I've completely drawn a blank.
I feel like we are all festooned.
I feel like all you think about is
Wazoo.
Lucas's baboon dance. So yes,
I really wish I'd gotten that one. I don't know if I did.
oh man.
Oh man.
No,
And then the pirates are.
Yeah, dude.
That was good too.
No, you were very skillful
Good
at this
Lord.
game, Lucas, in that
Yeah.
you helped us. You gave us like clues or
Yeah.
like additional information, despite your incapacitated state.
I tried to make an H sound for the peas. Like the back of the huh. Because you guys
Wow.
knew that you couldn't say peas.
Right.
Or
So, yeah.
bees. Or
The
W's.
bees I found to be the
Bee
worst.
was terrible.
I have a video on Facebook from the first day that we got this. My dear friend Braden gave us this for Christmas a couple years ago
Yeah,
because
it's fun.
you know our family loves board games and this is one of the things that we do. And then we'll periodically host game nights with friends.
Love it.
And so one of the things that we will do is play this game or something else. And so he got this for us, and we just died. But the video is of my husband Tom with the mouth guard in, trying to say, "Waffling is for nincompoops,"
I love it.
and it was ridiculous.
I
He was
love
getting
it.
Put the
so
mouthpiece in and say it.
Yeah.
okay. Hang on.
Good call. Real good call. I'm very festooned over here.
Okay. Waffling
Uh-huh.
is for nincompoops.
Yeah,
That was pretty
That's
good.
good, actually.
Yeah.
For sure.
So if you know what it is, oh, thank you, Lucas.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking a hit
For
to
sure,
right now.
yeah,
Waffling is for nincompoops.
Yeah. Nincompoops.
Yeah.
I know all about those.
You got it?
people.
All right, so that was my topic. That
So
was
much
that.
fun.
So much fun.
Yeah.
All right, Cece, what you got?
April, you always bring some fun little activity. You
I
sometimes
know.
bring
I
fun little
try to.
activities.
I try to.
That's lovely.
Well, yesterday I had no idea what I was going to talk about, and I was like, well, I could talk about this, I could talk about that. And I was like, no, they're all kind of boring. And so then suddenly I was like, games. Oh my gosh,
No doubt.
games.
No doubt.
And I still didn't end up talking about the initial idea that I had for games, because then I realized that we could play Speak Out
Love it.
live,
Love
and
it.
it would be fantastic.
Love it.
So
Love it.
I did that.
Yeah, I mean, I love games too. I love board games especially.
Mm-hmm.
But when I think about growing up as a kid, we played a lot of video games.
Totally
Like,
same.
you know, my brother and I, we would sit there and play Nintendo until
Mhm.
All day, every day.
until they told us that the machine was going to catch fire.
Seriously. A little mushroom
Yeah.
cloud in your living room and
Right,
never
basically.
destroy the city. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
See, we didn't have a game system when I was growing up.
Losers.
I didn't even get a game.
Jeez, Brandon!
Wow.
Classist.
I'm so sorry. Obviously, that was a joke.
Ah, you nincompoop.
It did not.
But
Trying
so
to
we didn't have a
fast
game
food.
system, so we played a lot of board games and watched, and we didn't have cable, so we watched a lot of VHS videos,
Yeah, man.
and so that was that. But that was what we did. That was how my brother and I entertained ourselves. We played a lot of Sorry, of Sorry.
Pop-O-Matic bubble, baby. Wait, that's Trouble!
That's Trouble.
I like Trouble, then. What's Sorry? Oh, they have the little pyramidic little
Yeah.
fellas with the...
Yeah, you have to go around the board, and you have to try
You
to
can
make it all the way
slide.
around. Yes,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
slides.
Yeah.
You make it all the way around, and then into your safety zone, and then into
Right.
home. And once it's in home, then it's there.
I guess I played more.
Simon, was that game that you had to
I was two.
It had the four
Touch
colors,
the-
and
yeah.
yeah, it would light up and
Like
stuff.
it would
yeah.
tell you,
No,
like,
Simon
You know I've
was
never
the
played
one
Simon.
that getting
Really?
shattered
Yeah.
against my
I
bedroom
played
wall.
that a lot.
No! And throw it and break
Bop
Bop
it.
It.
I played Bop It.
Bop It, I
Yes.
loved. Yeah, my niece got this trumped up version of Bop It this year at Christmas. And all I did was just in the zone, that was fine now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, Cece, come
She's
to
like,
dinner.
wow,
No!
you're so good at that. And I'm like, mm-hmm. Just
Yes. Oh my gosh. So my son built his own gaming computer, which is fantastic. I look at it and go,
How you do that?
like I do Lucas's baboon dance, going like, this is me building a computer. Yeah, nothing's gonna happen. But so he built his own gaming computer, and then I've learned something with teenagers.
Mm.
When they ask you if you would like to do something, they're saying, hey, I'd like you to do this. And I didn't get that until I got it, but I didn't really get it until earlier this week. Because Alex was asking me if I would like to go into his room and play a video game, since his room was now clean.
No.
If I'd like to play a game on the computer. And so suddenly I went, would you like me to come into your room and play a video game? And he's like, yes.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
got it, got
Nice.
it.
Yeah, dude.
Because he kept asking, and I was doing other things at the time, and so finally I got it. And let me tell you, every time you think you've got parenting down, something will change, and so then you're like, it's like you're starting all over again at ground zero.
I don't want to hear that, April.
It's, but I mean,
Don't tell me
it's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
yeah. Keeps you on your toes. Good practice.
And keeps you on your toes, but
Okay.
it's interesting.
Uh-huh.
It's interesting.
I can feel that. Some of my happiest memories, I'm happy that you did that, because some of my happiest memories as a kid, my mom and I would go to the store and we'd get a bag of Ruffles potato chips and one of those jars of like French onion dip.
Heck
Uh-huh.
All right, and that the chips and the dip would not make it to the end of our Mario 3 sesh. We would play Mario 3 for like 4 hours
Yeah.
and destroy the chips and dip. And that was
That
Saturday
sounds-
afternoon.
that sounds
wonderful.
awesome.
It was a great day. Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so I did end up going into his room, and he's like, so he shows me his screen where he's got all these different games and everything like that. And he's like, just pick one. It's like, well, Half-Life, I recognize that.
Oh, yeah,
And
dude.
so somehow I ended up in playing his game where he had left off. And so by the time I got to this one level, and I was like, I'm going to defeat this level. I'm going to beat this level.
Right.
Still haven't beaten that
Uh-huh,
level. But by that time, dinner was ready, and so Tom comes in there and he's like, honey, are you going to come to dinner? Uh-huh. Yep. Nope. Dang it. So then, of course, I died at that particular moment. But I was like, man, it was a lot of fun. And,
Nice.
and so that
But
was
listen,
what
you
it
killed it at Speak Out.
I mean,
I did.
destroyed. I was festooned the whole time.
Do you know what that word means?
No.
Did you look it up?
To be festooned. I could, in context,
To be adorned.
Yeah.
Oh.
To be adorned
adorned.
with ribbons, garlands, or other decorations.
Up the wazoo,
Up
in
the
fact.
wazoo.
Man, oh man, oh man. My wazoo
Ribbons
is,
up the
is
wazoo.
Don't.
a prestigious one.
Decorate, adorn, ornament, trim, deck out,
Mhm.
My wazoo has been decked out.
hang,
Today.
loop, drape.
With ribbons.
With
Garland,
ribbons
wreath.
and garland. A wreath.
Yep.
A wazooed wreath. A wreath
No,
wazoo.
festooned. I don't know. now I confused myself. Good Lord.
Festooned? Love it.
Yep.
Fun.
So I was going to talk about the community garden outside.
Oh, cool.
I love
Have you
it.
guys,
Yeah,
have you guys
dude.
looked at it in a while? It's all cleaned up.
Yeah, it looks like there's rocks and mulch even around the raised beds now. Is that new?
Yeah.
So at the Berea building, we have what, 8? Is there 8 raised beds out there?
I
I
think
think that's
so.
true.
Or more than
At
that.
the Madison County Public Library in Richmond and Berea, Kentucky. There you go.
That's right.
2.
So it's pretty cool in the sense that, you know, customers can plant their own things, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
pick them and all that, and then
Super
you can
awesome.
you can you know use anything out there.
Yeah, I mean, they're completely everything in there is completely edible, right?
I believe so. Besides like flowers for the bees and stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no
But
doubt.
That's
there was a pollinator. I don't know, a shrub is what it looked
Uh-huh.
like. It was that giant thing that lasted until about Labor Day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was for the bees.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But yeah, you can plant whatever you want. You can grow whatever you want. There's a kid's garden over
I
there.
know, yeah.
For people like me who can't grow anything.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have a seed garden, a
Seed library.
yeah,
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah, man.
And every year I take stuff and I'm like, this is the year.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm
See,
gonna do
me
it.
too. I'm gonna get this stuff in the ground. I'm gonna learn all about it. I'm gonna have, no. I don't.
For the
Every
first
year it
time
says in the
this year,
door.
I did not take anything because
Really?
I knew that I was not going to do it. And now, of course, this year is the year I'm like, I'm going to take a break from doing theater. I'm going to have all this time.
Right.
You have the time now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I say I have the time. I'm not going to have the time.
Yeah.
I just feel like anything I try to grow dies. Like I could do everything that they say to do.
Mhm.
and
I have a very poor.
It's just me.
My
I think.
thumb is like black and like decaying.
I
You
have
know,
the
that's
thumb
it.
of death.
Green, I really for sure have the Reaper's thumb, not the Carolina Reaper's thumb. I have, like, the Grim Reaper's thumb, yeah, for sure. One time in my life, I had a small raised bed, just one. I was apartment living, right? So I built a little raised bed. I Googled it, and of course I had a friend come help and all this stuff. And I had these. I was excited because I wanted to make my own pickles, so I got some cucumber seeds or maybe a small cucumber starter. I'm not sure. And man, I tended to that thing. Everything else died. Literally everything else died, or was picked over by animals or something. But those cucumbers, man, they were thriving, right? And they were growing, and they were pretty big, and they were getting to the point where I was about ready to pick them and begin the pickling process. Because as you guys can tell, I'm kind of into fermented foods, right? And I was
Obviously.
excited about
A
that.
bit.
Right. Then my neighbor walked out, and she was like, "Hey, man, what are you gonna do with all those zucchini?" And I was like, "Oh no, they're cucumbers. Actually, I'm gonna make pickles." She was like, What are you gonna make with all your zucchini?
Oh, you grew zucchini.
I'm such a loser!
Bless your heart.
I'm
You
not
can make
festooned.
zucchini pickles.
Can you? I
Yeah.
bet you, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, you
I
can
didn't-
make
You can pickle
pickles.
anything, right?
Just about,
I'm
yeah.
not India skit,
That's
but
true.
yeah.
Okay, right on. Well, I did not end up pickling the zucchini. I think I made other, maybe just put them in a stir fry or something. and
Yeah.
Gave some away, but yeah, that's my story.
Also, that grows really, really easily here.
Yes.
Zucchini and
Zucchini
squash.
Zucchini
okay,
does,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Right, then that's why I didn't kill it. I'm
We
sure.
did straw bale gardens, a straw bale garden one year, and because I'd always wanted to try it, and I thought, well, this will be the thing. I won't have to weed it or anything like that because I'm terrible about forgetting to weed and all that stuff. And so then I tried straw bale gardening, and
What is that?
it's where you actually get bales of straw, and it has to be straw, not hay.
Yeah.
And so you take that and you put fertilizer on it, which starts the breakdown process. And so then the inside of the straw bale actually turns into soil. It turns into soil where you can. Sorry, we're having to break things down silently.
Brandon
Also,
has to
Brandon
go.
has to go.
You guys, I'm
And
so
we
sorry I
kinda
have to
forgot
go.
that he needs the tablecloth.
And
that
I
we're
need the
currently
table.
using.
This is fun. Let's just roll with it. Hey, everybody.
All right. So.
And the flowers are still standing. I'm gonna just yank them.
Oh yeah. That goes my.
Kombucha's just gonna. You're gonna smell
Where's the
like
game box?
my booch all day long.
Oh lordy.
Ooh, Brandon.
There you go.
Vinegar
That and that.
booch.
I don't want to talk about your boots, man.
So straw bale gardening, yeah, it's where you take the straw bales. I'm trying, guys. And so as it breaks down on the inside, it
Okay, bye
becomes
everybody.
soil.
I love you. Bye.
All right, bye, Brandon.
Sorry, bye.
So as it breaks
Thanks for
down, it
taking
turns into
everything.
soil.
Jeez.
Cynthia's got muscles that's now inside of a mug. And,
Bye.
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 Sorry, I'm so awkward. I'm so awkward.
Oh, I'm gonna finish the Bootch. Maybe not. I don't know. But
I am 100% not going to finish
you're not gonna finish it. Here, Pete.
Now
Here,
that
Cotton
he's
muscles
gone,
can do it.
we can talk about it.
Right. Excellent.
Anyway, you're talking about straw, and I do have a question.
Okay.
What is the difference between straw and hay?
Hay actually has the seeds and everything like that, and so it's more used. So straw is more used for bedding,
Okay.
and hay is what they eat. So it's got the
Okay.
seeds, and it tends to be more tender. And I don't know if they are grown differently, or I don't know if it's like the straw is just the stalks, and then the hay is the head. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I did
All
look
I know
into
is
that
that
some.
one makes me sneeze and one does not.
Yeah.
Hay
And-
gives me like serious allergy attack.
Does it give you hay fever?
Slide whistle.
That was my handy slide whistle there.
So you can garden, like you can grow stuff.
Whoa. Sometimes
I feel like you might be like me in the sense that you get like excited about it,
I do.
and then you're like,
Yeah.
well, I'll tend to it tomorrow, and then tomorrow becomes days from now, and then
Yeah.
everything's dead.
Yeah. Or it's like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make the commitment, and I'm gonna grow all of these things, and then I get busy,
Yeah.
and the next thing I know, I forgot to water for 2 weeks, and everything's now either dry. Or we actually were pretty successful with the straw bale garden. We actually did really well. And the problem that we found was slugs.
Oh yeah.
We had
yeah.
real serious problems
Yeah.
with slugs. And like I was trying different things, like I had heard that if you put a shallow dish with beer in it, that because the sweetness of the beer would attract the slugs, and then they would get into it
Maybe
and
slugs.
drown. And so I tried that. Maybe I had the wrong kind of beer.
So
I don't
they
know.
drowned in beer?
They were, yeah. They yeah. What a way to go.
That's funny.
So we tried that, and I had horrible success. However, my zucchini was crazy. My zucchini, and I had a
Zucchini's
tomato.
The way to go.
Yeah, I had a tomato plant that went insane, and in fact, the seeds went off the sides of the tomato itself. The plant came off of the sides of the straw bale and ended up taking over the entire straw bale that it was on, because we had them divided up so that there were different. This one was only this plant. This one was only this plant, and so then the tomatoes would like drop into the ground, and we wouldn't see onto the ground, and we wouldn't see them. So last year we had this crop of tomato plants that just grew out of the middle of our yard.
Oh wow, because the tomatoes fell.
Because the tomatoes fell,
That's
and I was
funny.
like, Tom, and he was mowing around it, and I was like, no, you can mow over that. I don't want that.
Yeah,
I was like, it's
yeah.
okay. It really is okay. But the zucchini went crazy. But that was the only thing. The tomato and the zucchini were the only thing. We planted not asparagus. We planted Brussels sprouts, broccoli, onions, carrots, zucchini, squash and zucchini, tomato and green beans. And the only thing that we got like 5 onions.
Yeah.
The June bug, the June beetles, June bugs.
Oh yeah.
Those got a hold of the Brussels sprouts.
Oh really?
And it was gross.
Brutal.
It was brutal and just so bad. I was like, well, so we just went, never mind. We're not going to deal with that. No, Japanese beetles. Is that it, maybe?
They're the same
because
thing, right?
Are they the same thing? Or okay, because I always thought
I guess
that
June bug
Japanese
is like a
beetles
colloquial-
were green and June bugs were brown.
Oh.
They're
Are they the
effectively
same?
thing.
Okay, you can use Brandon's microphone.
This is true.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead.
So they got it, and it was really gross because like they
Yeah.
would get inside of it and you wouldn't realize
Oh, see, that's
it. So
like
then
my
you like
biggest
chop
fear.
into it and you're like, oh. So we just stopped.
Yeah.
We just
That's when
stopped
I
with
stopped eating
with those
vegetables.
completely. Yeah.
Yeah, so we do everything organically. We
Uh-huh.
don't use any kind of pesticides or anything that
Mhm.
was grown in the lab. One of the things that we found that works really well is marigolds. Marigolds in your
Yes.
garden will
Oh.
keep the June bugs at bay.
Really, I just need to plant.
Well,
A
we
ton
also
of
we use
marigolds.
a marigold extract
Huh.
called Piola.
Okay.
And it smells just like marigolds. It is non-toxic to humans, and you can just spray it on your plants like beans. The June bugs will eat up the beans.
Because I have a rose bush in the front that just gets completely decimated every year
Yeah.
By the bugs.
by the beetles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you get the leaves,
John
a good
Paul
spray.
George, Ringo.
And
Tearing up your rose
especially
bush.
Ringo.
Yeah.
Man, that Ringo.
Yeah, so it's a pile. It tastes nasty, so you wash your
Uh-huh.
stuff before you eat it, and you're good. But it keeps the leaves primarily is what you want to prevent, because
Right.
if bean leaves or if your plant's
Mhm.
the leaves get eat up, then it doesn't get the nutrients it needs to produce a crop. So that's what you're trying to protect more than the fruit. If you want to have enough fruit come out of your garden,
Uh-huh.
the idea is that you need to plant enough for yourself and all the pests that are going to be there.
Right.
That's just
Oh,
unavoidable.
you know what? Never
Things are
heard
going
that.
to eat your tomatoes. Things are going to eat your peppers.
Mhm.
Plant more than you need. You're
Oh yeah,
gonna
we
have
planted
deer,
peppers
whatever.
too. We didn't get
But
into
the
those.
leaves of the plant, that's what needs to be protected. So you spray the leaves, and we use this Piola's marigold extract, and it washes off with the first rain, so you got to reapply it as time
Right.
goes on. But it's amazing if you just do it during the right part of the season, the bump that your plants get from not having pests all over. And another thing that we discovered is that you've got to rotate where you put things.
Uh-huh. That was part of the reason for the
Cucumbers,
straw bales,
yeah.
because you don't have to rotate. You're starting fresh
Mhm.
every year.
Like, for instance, cucumber beetles are a terrible problem in this part of the country.
Okay.
And if you put your cucumbers in the same place more than a couple years in
Mhm.
a row, because their larvae and everything get laid in the ground and everything, and they just come right back up, and the plant's waiting for them when they come out of the ground, so they devastate it. So you've got to rotate your cucumbers out, and you've got to, and that's why I subscribe to a 4-year cycle, and then 1 year, 4 different areas for planting, and 1 year each one goes to grass, and that process kind of helps restart the entire the health of the soil.
Uh-huh.
And then you start with your tenders like cucumbers or squash or tomatoes,
Mhm.
and then you rotate in things like beans, and then you go through corn or some sort of grain, then you go back to grass. And
Huh. Can you just come and garden for me?
Right?
$58 an hour.
$58 an hour?
That's fair.
Work fast.
So,
Can you do it all in 30 minutes?
Yes.
I would like 6 minutes of your time, please.
I have a crisp $5 bill right here just for you.
So he'll come and look at the garden
to
and be
do all
like,
this. I mean, you have you have 9
I
kids.
have 4 kids.
9.
Yeah, I drop the ball a lot. That's my secret, is that I'm
Ah.
always picking up the
But I know
pieces.
that you don't at work. I mean, like you work
Well,
a lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
Do a
so I
lot.
go to bed at like 11 o'clock at night, and then I wake up around 1 o'clock and check and make sure the stuff that I'm doing is still doing and stuff, and then I go back to sleep. And I wake up again at like 3, and that's
Oh,
how
you
I
sleep
do
like I do.
things.
Has to say it
Yeah.
like me.
Yeah.
What's your sign?
Yeah, what is your
Virgo.
Oh, yes!
All Virgos.
Oh, yes!
That's hilarious.
Is Brandon a Virgo too? No, he's
he's like an Aries, not an Aries. He's a
I'm a Virgo
Leo.
one
He's
day.
a Leo.
Yeah.
no, because his birthday's
He's before us.
Yeah, he is before us, so he is a Leo, which is really funny that we get along because
I know.
Leos and Virgos do not traditionally get along.
Virgos love each other though.
Yes, we
'cause
do.
We understand each other.
Yay, Virgos!
But when you said you wake up every 2 hours to make sure that everything's going all right, I'm like, that's me, 100%.
Yeah, same
That's so
here.
funny. When's your actual birthday?
August 24th.
Okay.
So
So I'm
24th,
just like by
September
one
the
day.
16th.
September 16th, August 29th.
Okay.
And then Brandon is August 4th or something?
Yeah, he's early.
Yeah,
in
he's
the month.
early.
Yeah.
Wow, that is funny. Yay, Virgos! I love Virgos. Virgos are awesome.
Well, and it would explain how you know so many things about so many things.
Yes.
Because when we want to learn something, we have to know everything about it.
Yeah, well, anyone who
Agreed.
spends a lot of time talking to me will figure out rather quickly that I don't know a lot of things. I just have a bunch of pre-planned responses to every situation, because that's what I did with the first 17 years
That's
of my
called
life.
knowing things.
Well,
Ah.
you know, yeah, I guess so. But you know, my knowledge base is to look good. You know, I know things. I know things so I can tell people things. You know, and my son came to me at one point. He's like, "Why do you know so much? How do you know all these random things?" It's like, well, I read nonfiction.
Uh-huh.
You know, I read instruction manuals. I read, you know, like one of my favorite books of all time is John Seymour's How to Lead a Sufficient Life.
Oh.
And it goes
I
through
read
every.
this book.
It's a great book. We have a copy here in the library.
I'm leading a very insufficient life as
Yeah.
we speak.
Well, so
Mine's maybe a little too sufficient at the moment. I'm like, oh.
they go through everything about, you know, from turning your soil to doing deep beds or raised beds, what to plant, what time of year, how to.
Oh, that
break
kind of
your-
sufficient.
Yeah.
How to fix your plow.
Yeah.
Good.
I was like, oh, that kind of sufficient. I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm leading a very insufficient life. If that's the case, yeah.
Yeah, well, and the bottom line is that I'm never going to, despite my dream of living in the woods and not having a society to be a part of, it's never going to happen because I'm, you know.
Well, don't speak too soon. I mean,
Well, no, it's, you know, I tried, like, 6 years ago, I decided, you know what, I'm going to be a farmer. I'm done with this. I was working for the newspaper in Charleston, West Virginia as a web developer and doing a lot of stuff. And, you know, I was living in a concrete jungle, quite literally. Didn't see trees for days at a time. And I got really burnt out on it all. And I was like, okay. You know, it was kind of the end of an era. My first marriage was winding down, and so I left that lifestyle and said, I'm going to be a farmer. So then I came back to Kentucky. I went out into Waco, and I started myself a farm, and I did that for about 8 months. And then my new SO, my now wife, turned out she was pregnant, so we had to change our direction again because I wasn't about to try and support a new family on
right.
A new farm.
On a new farm.
Right.
So then you know. And our goal has always been to eventually get back to this, but we've worked ourselves into a comfortable lifestyle, and we don't want to leave it at this point. You know,
Yeah.
so we do the gardening, and we do produce as much of our own stuff that we can, but we do so with the Walmart nearby, which we don't go to.
Right. Yeah. Where do
Wow.
you buy your stuff then?
Well,
Kroger?
Kroger, and Aldi has turned
Aldi
out to
is-
be an
yes.
amazing resource because they source all
I've
of their
never been
stuff
there.
very well.
Yeah.
You know, like you can get
You-
fair
it's
trade
really,
coffee.
you really should
Is
go.
it cheaper?
Yes,
Yes.
actually it is.
Yeah, and then there's a lot. The thing is, like I've looked at it, and statistically speaking, they're not making money on everything that they sell. Like they have coffee, fair trade, organic coffee for $4 for 8
Oh,
ounces.
wow.
I know, right? It's
Whole
ridiculous.
Foods is like $12.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's the
so
one
they're
thing I
not
don't
making
buy
money
there.
on
Yeah.
that. They're not
'Cause
making
it's
money,
way too
but it
much
draws you in and you buy other stuff. Is how I figure
Yeah.
it must work. But they have like organic spinach, organic cucumbers. You can go in and you can get responsibly sourced almonds, you know, things of that nature. And it's, you know, and it's on the package. You can turn around and see where it's coming from. And that's a mission statement that Aldi put forward like 6-7 years ago, and they've adhered to it very well, and it's done well for them.
Sorry, my microphone smells like kombucha. It's a little too, oh no, it smells like rubbing alcohol. Blech.
I
Anyway,
just like smell mine deeply.
Yeah.
I think it smells.
no, I kept going like, what is it, why is it, is it my microphone or is it me? Or am I just smelling the kombucha over here that's still in my cup? No, it was my microphone. Somehow it got on my microphone. And it smelled
Man.
really bad.
I have no idea how.
Speaking of like the only grocery store here in Berea, Walmart.
Mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a
And
food
Save-A-Lot.
desert here.
Oh yeah, Save-A-Lot's here.
Right. I mean, it's not like a food desert, but it is kind of surprising to me that in Berea, of all places, that
Right.
Berea seems to care deeply about where food comes from and all that Walmart is the...
Yeah, well, Walmart is less the go-to for people in Berea that I've determined. Now, once again, it's worth noting that I live in a bubble and where I don't interact with more than 12 people in the entire town. But Walmart seems to be much more the hub for the surrounding area.
Gotcha.
Because if you go to Jackson County or you go to Garrett County, there aren't Walmarts.
Right.
And it's located where it is strategically to gather people from the surrounding area. People in Berea that I know, you know, if you know the right people, like you can get eggs
Yeah.
from a local.
Right,
I mean,
right.
you know, from just about anyone. I mean, there are people with chickens all over, and you can get, there's a number of, like, I think it's Root of Jordan, or Root of David, I apologize. Root of David is a farm in the area that has a kind of a subscription kind of layout where you.
Like a CSA.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you order online, and then they just
Oh.
deliver it to you.
That's cool.
Yeah, they bring in, you get a box, and with a lock on it, and they just bring it, and you leave the money in the box, and they take the money and put the produce in, and bada bing,
Huh.
bada bing. Yeah, and they're not the only ones that do that. And there's
Yeah.
so there are a lot of local sources that if you just know where to look, and it's unfortunate that it takes that step to,
Mhm.
you know, it's not out there for you, but
Mhm.
there are a lot of sources for things outside of Walmart and Save-A-Lot in
Yeah.
this area, and as such, there's just not the demand for,
Mhm.
you know, we were gonna have an Aldi come to Berea. It was
Oh,
gonna
really?
It was gonna be done on Rash Road.
Hmm.
It didn't happen, it ended up in Richmond.
Mhm.
I
In
think
a
we'll
very
talk
odd
about-
location.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a very odd location and a very poorly laid out parking lot, but yeah,
And
okay.
there's also only one way in and out.
Yeah.
Which makes it hard.
But there's also this huge space right in front of the door where there's just nothing there, but you have to walk across this huge opening with cars coming through
Huh.
to try and get to the door, and it's just
Hmm.
not well laid out. I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
I enjoy it, I think Aldi's is.
All right, no, I think
Just try
Aldi's
it.
is wonderful. It's just
Yeah.
the parking lot
and
kills me.
because they have these little, you have to put a quarter in for the carts at Aldi, which I
Mm-hmm.
think is great.
Yeah.
So we've 3D printed these Aldi keys that, as a key ring
Mhm.
that works like a quarter. And you know, it's when I point this out, people are like, oh, you're stealing. No, that's not the idea. You put your quarter in, and when you return your cart, you
Get it
get your
back,
quarter
yeah.
back. So this way, it's instead of it being a quarter that you stand to lose by leaving your cart in the parking lot, you stand to lose your keys. So I feel like it's a
Yeah.
step up from a
Right.
quarter, but they work very well. And,
Nice.
and we've got a whole
Yeah.
handful of them in Richmond if you're interested.
Nice.
I have one on my
Cool.
key ring.
Huh.
I haven't been over there to use it, but I have one on my key ring.
Say when I go,
But-
I'll have to use one.
Well, and because, like, you know, you had mentioned, Lucas, you had mentioned that, you know, there was one day that you guys had been to Aldi 2 or 3 times and had to go inside to get changed so you could get a quarter every time because somehow between trips the quarter had disappeared.
Yeah, we have kids, of course the quarter disappeared.
Well, yeah, yeah. So, well, I think we're about out of time.
We're right out.
We need to get a 4th microphone so Lucas can talk
I
all the
know.
time.
I know.
We need to do that.
All right, I'll
Fellow
do my
Virgo.
best.
All right. We're coming up on the end of the fiscal year. We should-
Yeah,
we
as
should
I
do
said,
that.
I should go ahead and talk to John. I meant to talk to him today about where his budget lies, because I have some spending I would like to do.
Yeah, including a 4th microphone.
Yeah, well, that would be the affordable part of the
Oh,
spending.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, $60 we can probably swing.
All right, well,
I'd say
we'll
so.
talk to you guys later. Join us for our season finale on May 7th. And we'll talk to you later. Love you, mean it. Ha, got it in.
I'm
You were-
stretching.
Got
Bye.
it.
Bye, guys. Okay.
That was hilarious.
I thought that was a great choice. I was going to bring apples to apples, and I was like, no.
Cards Against
This.
Humanity.
Oh, yes, gosh.
Oh my god, I wish.
Right?
Wish so much we could do.